Okay, so in this example, I'm just going to go over briefly the different arithmetic operations that you can do in C#. So in order to go over this, I'm going to declare, first of all, three variables. All right, so I'm going to do int x, int y, and int z. All right, so this is the data type for the variable. This is the name of the variable. And then in the same statement, what you can also do is you can assign a value to it, right? Remember, the assignment operator is only one equals. So I'm going to assign int x. I'm declaring this, setting aside, allocating memory for this variable, and I'm going to place inside that memory location, I'm going to place a value of 40. All right, so x is 40. Here, x will be 30. And for this memory location, for z, x will be 20. All right, so now I have three variables here. Okay, so to demonstrate these different variables, or to demonstrate the actual arithmetic operations, I'm going to declare 5 more variables, and then I'm going to actually use them to do some basic math. Right? So int, I'm going to call the first one addition, and addition, you can also, not only can you assign a value to it, like I did here, x is 40. I can also assign an expression like x plus y. Right, so this expression here, whatever the result of it is, will be stored inside a variable called addition. Right, so in this case, x is 40, y is 30, so the result should be 70, and 70 will go inside this variable of addition. Right, I'm going to do this 4 more times to show you each of the operations you can do in C#. So x minus y int, then to do multiplication, you use an asterisk, so that's x times y, and then division is a forward slash. Okay, and the last operation you can do is you can do the remainder operator. All right, so let me type that out, and then I will explain that to you. All right, to do the remainder operator, it's x percent sign y. So what do we mean by remainder? Well, division and remainder are related to each other. Right, so let's say, for instance, we divide here x divided by y. So x is 40. Right, so x is 40. Let me do this. Okay, so 40 divided by whatever's in y, which is 30. We're talking about integer division. Then the result of this. So how many times does 30 go inside 40? Well, in this case, only once, right? So that'd actually be 1 point something, but because we're working with integers, whatever that point is, it becomes truncated, right? So we open the calculator real quick, just to show you. Okay, so if I do 40 divided by 30, right, we get 1.333333. But the thing is, since we're working with integers only, rather than this being rounded or being shown, it doesn't show it at all. It's just going to truncate it, which means it's just going to remove it. So the answer for 40 divided by 30 in integer division is going to be just 1. Okay, so now how does that relate to remainder? Well, then the result of 40 remainder 30 the result is going to be 10, right? Because it's whatever's left over, right? So when we do this problem here, 40 divided by 30, it's that 0.333 that we had removed earlier. That's what we're getting here, the 0.3333. Yeah, so what's left over is just 10, right? Because 30 goes once into 40, and then you're left over with that. You can actually test that. You can go into the calculator. You can go to Programmer, Calculator, and then now you have access to the mod operation, which is here. So you do 40 mod 30, and that gives you 10. Okay, so let's actually create some output for this program using 5 write line statements. All right, so we do console dot write line. Then we need our formatted string. In this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 3 placeholders. So plus placeholder 1 equals placeholder 2. Okay, so this formatted string has 3 placeholders, so then now I need 3 variables to go and take the replace these, right? So I want x to be the first one, I want y to be the second one, and then this number 2 here is the result of whatever operation I'm trying to show here in the string. So the first one, of course, is addition. Okay, and then I'm going to do this 4 more times to show the other calculations. All right, so then this is going to be the subtraction one, this will be the multiplication, this will be division, and then this one here will be the remainder operator, or the mod. And then this I'm going to change out to subtraction, this one multiplication, division, and since I already declared these before, the IntelliSense knows exactly what I'm trying to refer to. It shows up here as part of my variables, right? So now we can go ahead and run this program, do Control F5. Right, so we have the results here. So this was x, this is y. So 40 minus 30 is 10. 40 times 30 is 1200. See, and then here we got the integer division, right? Because 30 goes inside 40 only once. And here 30 goes inside 40 only once, but we're left with only 10. So 10 is the answer for the remainder. Okay, and then the last thing I wanted to show you is how to use parentheses, right? The same order of operations that you use in math apply when you're doing programming. So sometimes when you have to do a complicated formula, you have to do some sort of calculations, you're going to need to know when to use parentheses, right? Because it'll affect the result of the answer. So let me show you. I'm going to declare a new variable. I'm just going to call it something like number 1. I remember the variable name are usually lowercase and no spaces. So then I'm going to do the first example. So that's going to be x plus y plus z divided by, let's say, the number 5. Right? And then I'm going to declare another one that's exactly the same. Well, I can just copy it. I'm going to change this to number 2, but instead of having it like this, I'm going to enclose this expression here. I'm going to enclose it in parentheses. Right? So the results are going to be very different for both of these, right? Because according to the order of operations, we can use Pemdas. If you don't remember, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. right? So this stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. And the operations are evaluated from left to right, right? So here, whatever's inside z, so in that case that's 20. That's 20 divided by 5, which is going to be 4. And then all that is going to be added to the 40 and the 30, right? So that's going to be 74. But here, this is different because we do parentheses first. Division comes later. So we evaluate this expression first. So in this case, that's 70. That should be 90, right? So 90 divided by 5. So that should give us 18. Okay, so let's test it out. We'll do another statement to write to the console. The value of number 1 is, and I'm going to put a placeholder here. And then we have only one variable now. So we just need to put here what we want. So I need number 1. And then we can copy this. Okay, so let's see what the results we get. So I say this would be 18. Oh no, I'm sorry. This one's 18. This one, oh, sorry. And then this one here should be 54. Let's find out. Oh, I'm sorry, 74. There you go. All right, so two very different results by using a set of parentheses. All right, so those parentheses do matter, and you need to know how to use them whenever you're doing a formula, right? Just remember Pemdas, and you should be fine.